This build video is for Insect Glaive players struggling with Arch-Tempered Uth Duna, and when the free challenge event quest is live, getting that A rank for Arch-Tempered Uth Duna. Insect Glaive and Arch-Tempered Uth Duna don't go together very well. Without a way to perfect dodge or guard, if we are a little bit out of position, we take large chunks of damage and possibly get guarded. I've been playing Insect Glaive for a very long time, but even I was struggling to beat Arch-Tempered Uth Duna and get the A rank in the free challenge quest because the attacks of Arch-Tempered Uth Duna seem impossible to dodge. Then somebody I know showed me a video with a build that made the fight easier. I slightly modified it and tweaked it a bit myself. It keeps the raw damage but also adds enough sustain to beat Arch-Tempered Uth Duna and get that A rank when you're on the free challenge quest. At the end of this video I will also include the entire fight from end to finish, so you can see how I approach this fight and how I do it. Hopefully that will help you get a clearer way on beating Arch-Tempered Uth Duna and hopefully also get you that A rank. Let's get into the build. For this build, let's go through the weapon first. So for the weapon, we're using the Fractal Glaive Lagia, so the Lagiagras Rarity 8 level weapon. And why we actually want this? Because we want to have that focus, but also that convert thunder resistance in extra damage. You can already see my thunder resistance is 36, which really helps with the damage towards Uth Duna. For Kinsects, I'm using the Whisper Vesp, just because Whisper Vesp is way quicker than most of the other Kinsects. It's really fast. You can also take the Arc Maiden. However, it's quite slow. And the speed is just, for me personally, it's always personal preference, but the speed for me is the deal breaker here. If you're getting more experience with Insect Glaive, speed is the way to go. It gets you extracts way faster if you really know how to manipulate your Kinsects just to get you those extracts really fast. So let's go into the armor quickly. So the armor is the Ray Sand Helm, the Lagiagras Mail B, the Ray Sand Braces Y, Lagiagras Coil B, and the Duna Wild Greaves Y. I'm topping it off with the defensive charm. This is personal preference though, just I want with Uth Duna, especially with these belly flops, and if you're getting caught out, you just have that little bit more of defense. This you can also, and this is just my personal preference, but you can also basically do counter strike level 3 for instance for extra damage, and of course just the corrupted mantle. So why these pieces? Most of the pieces here is still giving you guts, which is really helpful. Uth Duna has a lot of hard to dodge mechanics for the Insect Glaive because we don't have a perfect dodge, we don't have any guards, so having that guts, getting that extra defense really helps you just survive, especially if you're a little bit less experienced. So going into the overall decorations, so we have the Challenger Jewel for the headpiece, we got the Might Jewel. I still have a counter jewel, but you can change that out. You can even do Earplugs level 2 for instance. I just have one level of counter just for extra damage, but you can do Earplugs level 2 as well, or any other decoration you want to do. I got Tenderize on the gloves and chain on the gloves for burst, right? We want to have always one level of burst. Got the earplugs and then another 2 Thunderous jewels just to get that Thunderous up, and that just really goes with the converter Thunderous for your weapon, which really helps you out. Then you have the Tenderized jewel and you have the Mirrorwork jewels, just these two to help you with the waves and everything that Uth Duna is throwing at you. Quickly go through the weapon. The weapon decoration is critical jewel level 3, light jewel level 2 and critical jewel. Taking the Lagiagras Glaive means that you have to deal with not having 3 level 3 slots, so you want to have the critical jewel for some extra damage, and you want to have that airborne level 1 because you want to have that extra 10% attack power for your Rising Power slashes, and you just want to have as much critical boost as you can. 37% for critical hits is just too good to pass up. You can change this level slot to something else if you want, maybe something with bolt if you want. It doesn't really matter too much, but I just choose the critical jewel level 1. So what does this do for your overall skills, for everything you have? You got critical boost level 4 for increased damage dealt by critical hits by 37%. 10%. We got Focus, not too interesting for the build. We have it. We got Convert Thunder Resistance, and basically activate your skills, convert Thunder Resistance into extra damage, which we want. Airborne for your 10% attack power on your Rising Spiral Slashes. We got Defense, so I've got +8 defense, +20 and all elemental resistances, also adding towards the Convert to Thunder Resistance, also adding towards a little bit of water resistance, just to make sure that you have enough to basically survive long enough. Weakness Exploit level 5 to get you Affinity and increased damage on wounds. Maximum Might. Thunder Resistance doesn't really matter for Uth Duna, but we're just using this for the Convert Thunder Resistance. Quick Sheet, which we get for the Duna Wild Graves. It is a useful skill to have, but we want to have the Duna Wild Graves basically for that guts, right? And Quick Sheet is just something extra. Agitator level 2, which is always fine. You want to have a little bit more of that, but with the current build, we cannot go above level 2. It is active most of the time. Stamina Surge, Stamina Recovery Speed is always nice to have, and Uth Extender level 2. I want to have more of this, and you can do it by doing that level 2 Jewel we had earlier, where you can say that counter. You can also do a bit more Evade Extender, which helps you dodge a little bit more left and right. And we got the Aquatic and All Shit Mobility to negate effective waves, which helps you in some cases. It doesn't really help with all the waves that Uth Duna is creating, but most of them. You got the Burst level 1, the Counter Strike level 1. Again, you can change that to Earplugs. For instance, Earplugs level 1. I do have Ray Touch Voltage, but we don't have any latent power in the build, so yeah, it doesn't really help that much. But we do have the Iceshard Bolt from the Lagiacris set pieces, which does have a little bit of extra attack. We really want to have this Guts Tenacity. That's why we have the Duna, the Raydal Sandhound. We want to have that Guts Tenacity. Basically getting our get out of jail free card, still get hit by a belly flop. It really boosts your defense and your resistances. You can quickly get out of dodge, do a max potion, and then get back in the fight. This really helps you out just surviving the fight. The overall build really helps me survive everything. You have pretty much high defense. You got defense 452. So when I put on all my buffs in general, I got a defense of 502, which really helps you just survive. Got a water res of 17, which really helps you with all the water attacks and the chip damage Uth Duna gives you. And you got thunder res 46, which is converted into extra damage, which really helps this build add towards the damage you're losing by not using other pieces in the overall build. Still have a lot of attack to easily manage and to move on towards the fight. It is still not an easy fight to do, especially as an Insect Glaive. I was struggling a lot just to survive most of the hits. There are some attacks where if you don't time it right, you're just getting hit twice, which basically makes you card. That is something you need to look out for. But it is very doable to do it within the 14 minutes for the A rank. I hope this build helps you out, defeating Arch-Tempered Uth Duna and secure that A rank when the free challenge event is live. Earn yourself that pendant reward with the Insect Glaive. It's a tough fight, but incredibly rewarding once you finally get it. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and consider subscribing. It really helps out my channel. And as always, stay sharp, happy hunting.